Hello, 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 Gold Crushers. Happy New Year to you. And happy Friday. The last time that we got together, that you saw me on video or saw me live, was in December of 2023. So that was last year, right? So now we are into a new year. And so, Happy New Year to you. This is the episode of Ask Me Anything. This is where you get to ask me things about crushing your goals, questions that you may have. If you're stagnant, if you run into an obstacle, if you need a little guidance, this is where you would pose your question. You can either inbox it to me, you can post it in the group, or you can email me, or however you want to get that information to me. I will reach out to you privately and answer your question. And with your permission, I'll go ahead and post it in the group, of course. Not necessarily sharing your name, because I feel that when one person asks a question, more than likely, according to statistics, about 17 others have the identical question but are just hesitant to ask. So, let's get started on this episode of Ask Me Anything. So, the question that I have came from one of my students who was a student in my previous 6 weeks goal crushing program. I used to do goal setting for 6 weeks at a time. The reason for that was just to give them the strategies on how to develop goal, how to set action plans, how to write their goals smart so that they can duplicate it and accomplish goals for the entire year. And so this person asks, how long should you set your goals for? Now, keeping in mind that she was a previous student who was in my 6 weeks goal crushing program, and now she's purchased my 90-day planner, and she needs clarification from what I previously taught her to what I'm teaching her now. And so I'll begin as I answer that question by just, of course, explaining, how this group started. Because I myself, those of you who know me, those who know me more intimately, knows that, one of the struggles that my close friends and family had with me is that I was always late. I was always this procrastinator. I would wait till the last minute. Even I remember working for a company, and my boss in my evaluation said, "You really scare me when I give you an assignment. You always come through, and you always come through with stellar standards, but you wait till the last minute. And that makes me nervous." And so it was just a bad trait, a bad character that I had about myself. And in October of 2022, it really got to the point where I was working on my goals for the year. In the last quarter of the month, I realized I had not really accomplished any of my goals. I had started off strong, but I wasn't finishing. So, I started off, things would fizz off. And so I went to God in prayer. Those of you who know that story, and I just prayed and fasted that last quarter of the year and said, "Lord, I don't like this me. I don't like the fact that, I am such a procrastinator. I don't like the fact that I'm not even going to finish my goals. And the year is almost coming to an end." And that moment, that intimate space where I spent with God, He gave me that transformation that I needed, where I had that new mindset, that positive mindset. I had that adrenaline. I had that desire to finish my goals. And as I worked on my goals, not focusing on I was going to get it all done, but what I needed to do each step at a time, God opened up the doors and He created opportunities for me to finish strong. And I was able to crush like 8 goals in the last quarter of the year. And so something that He revealed to me is the steps in order to do that. And as I worked on it, I created my 90-day planner for Goal Crushers. That is on Amazon as well as on my website. So anyone who are wanting a copy, yes, I'm putting in a little plug there. Definitely go to the website and get you a copy of our 90-day goal planner for Ultimate Goal Crushers, that is. And so that was in October of 2022. And so October of 2023, I released my planner. I've used it for the entire year. I felt I had become transformed because now I was setting goals and I was crushing goals every 90 days. And so to answer the question of how long you should set your goals for, I'll tell you why 90 days is that magic number. Um, 90 days, 12 weeks, 1 quarter, whatever you want to call it. Just think about, what happens if you work in the corporate world. People like myself who work in the corporate world, during that last quarter, that's where companies try to tie up loose strings. They try to finish strong. They develop plans for the next year. Great things happen at the end of the year. Like it's crunch time. And so this sense of urgency starts. These people, try to get things done. And why are they able to do so? Because of this adrenaline rush, this sense of urgency. And it's that same sense of urgency that, Holy Spirit gave me back in 2022. So the thing about setting 90-day goals, I realize, is that when you set them for shorter period of time, you get to celebrate your milestones a whole lot quicker. And when you celebrate your milestones a whole lot quicker, that increases momentum. That gives you drive. It encourages you. It gives you that confidence too, because when you can crush something, then you figure, wow, I can do this. And you start to believe in yourself. And then you get that moment of celebration, which is such a great feeling. So that's why we want to use that 90-day period. Another reason is because your goals become a lot more doable when you're able to put them in bite sizes, when you're able to make them smaller. And then you're also able to assess what's working and what needs to change earlier on, rather than wait until the last quarter of the year, right? To try to force something to happen. So you get to tweak it as you go along, make adjustments, and then continue to work on that goal. So I said, your goals become more doable when you break them down into bite sizes. Let me give you an example. A lot of us right now, we're working on health goals. So say, for example, your goal is to lose 40 pounds this year in 2024. Lose 40 pounds. So set a goal by 90-day period, right? By 12 weeks or a quarter increment. So there are 4 quarters in the year. So what that means is 4 quarters, 40 pounds, you're going to be losing 10 pounds a quarter. Okay? Wow. 10 pounds in 3 months. That sounds very doable. What if you broke that into months? So there are now 3 months in a quarter. So that means I am losing 10 pounds in a quarter. That's about 3 pounds a month, right? 3.25 pounds a month. Wow. Can you lose 3.25 pounds a month? Yeah, very doable. Okay. That's less than a pound a week. So if you set your goals accordingly to lose, 3 pounds a month or 10 pounds a quarter, guess what? In the first quarter, the first month, if you're not able to lose that 3 pounds, then you get to assess what worked, what didn't work. Why am I not losing it? Am I drinking enough water? Am I eating too many carbs? Am I eating too many sweets? And then you tweak it and you make those adjustments, right? So month 2, you're able to fix this. And then by month 3, a quarter, if you're using your system and making adjustments, you're able to lose your 10 pounds in a quarter. Okay, woohoo! You get to celebrate, and then you rinse and repeat for the next quarter and the next quarter. And you may even realize this is much easier than I thought, and you could even make your goal accomplished even before the year ends. So that's why I use that 90-day period. You make adjustment. So to answer the question of how long should you set your goal for, I would say set them for 12-week increments. That's what God showed me in 2022. That's what's been working for me, and I'm seeing that that's been reaffirmed so much in 2024. I'm hearing a lot of people affirming that this is the method that they're using. So that is my answer. If you have any questions, go ahead and put it in the comment. I would love to answer your questions. Until next time, thank you so much for watching. This is June here, your host with Women Discovering Their Purpose, Crushing Their Goals. I believe in you. I know you're going to crush your goals. So let's do this together. Bye-bye.